Bear fans, we got serious issues to talk about. Hello, friends. Welcome to Bears Game Podcast. Losers Monday. These losses never get any easier to get through. I'll tell you, friends. When we're speaking of season, we are entered into the Titanic zone. When I get through these notes, you'll understand why we have entered the Titanic zone and who we really are as a team. This coaching staff is a total train wreck. It's an absolute disaster. They, again, the Bears have proven to us who they are, and they are who we thought they were. Sound familiar? Against the Arizona Cardinals? Funny how a little over a decade passes, and the embarrassment is now in our in our backyard. It was about almost a decade ago when the Chicago Bears had a good coach, a well-run organization, and a fantastic defense, and a solid offense. But Rex Grossman was having a hell of a game, a hell of a bad game. And the Chicago Bears single-handedly on the defense alone scored enough touchdowns to come back from a two-touchdown deficit. The Bears defense just took the team on their back and won that game because they were playing for their coach. This team, my friends, has stopped playing for their coach last week after that terrible loss in Washington. Embarrassing loss. So here we have embarrassing loss number two. And this is just an analysis of what the Bears have transformed my channel into. This channel was supposed to be about having fun and going through the games, wins and losses. I said we were going to lose. I said this in many videos. We were going to lose many games this season. I said that weeks ago. Go back and look. I know what I'm talking about because I've been a fan for over 25 years. I've watched loss after season, after quarterback, after coach. Total disaster this team has been for the last 3 decades, other than a few years sprinkled in between. We're talking a year or two, then disaster, a year, then disaster for another decade, a year. I mean, this team, amongst many other NFL teams, we are one of the worst in the league by far. And this is where I feel like my hand has been forced. I'm forced now to talk about bad news because this team is such a disaster for this new rookie quarterback that we have and all this talent we have surrounding us. Caleb Williams has regressed significantly. He looks terrible, awful. He looks now. I watched another video. It was a very wise young man on YouTube. He said something very wise. He said, and this is to be clear, Caleb Williams is not a bust. Chicago Bears bust quarterbacks. Have you been paying attention? Justin Fields and the excitement that we had for him when he was coming on board. Do you not remember? Do you remember? Just yesterday when I was a loyal Bears fan. I still am. I'm just kidding. A little Michael Jackson for you. But man, I'll tell you, guys, this is rough. This is rough stuff. My notes here are just nothing but bad news. Look at this. Look right here. 0 points, touchdown. Second quarter, 3 field goals. There was no touchdown in there. 3 field goals in a row, 2 touchdowns. And that last touchdown came within 30 seconds before the close of the first half because Matt Eberflus is terrible and does not know how to finish a half with 70. Do you know that this is one of the few teams that has allowed a touchdown within 30 seconds and 70 yards left to score? 70 yards to gain the touchdown with under 30 seconds. Chicago Bears are top of the seed of allowing that to happen to us. Then you have a kick. And in the fourth quarter, they get another field goal and a safety. 9-29. Friends, let's walk down the road a little bit here. Struggling Bears stick with Waldron as play caller. Look at this. Look for yourself. DJ Moore wants to say Bears head coach Matt Eberflus hasn't lost the locker room. Why are these subjects being brought up if this is a successful organization? This organization is a disaster. Bears head coach Matt Eberflus' fate should be sealed, but he's not alone in this mess. Chicago Bears Brad Biggs, 10 thoughts on week 9 loss. Oh, you want to know what that says. Cardinals put together best performance versus Bears. I wonder why. Bears loss to Cardinals is indefensible. How much trouble is Chicago in? Wow. Are the Chicago Bears in trouble after loss to the Arizona Cardinals? This is nothing but bad news for the Bears, friends. Bad news. Check this out. Now we're going to go over here and read this little article. We're going to start off. The offense looks as broken as it has all season. The defense, albeit a shell of its true self, with 3 starters missing the game and another missing the first couple of series, was gutted. The conversations Eberflus didn't want to have last week will be louder than ever this week. Bears said Sunday's game would tell them much about themselves. I'm not sure what they learned on Sunday, but I know what I've learned. Matt Eberflus is done. He's done. He's done this season. He didn't look the last 2 years like I was like, who is this guy? Another Matt from Matt Nagy to Matt Eberflus? This is something else. Look at him. He just looks lost. Just that picture. Does this man's look of confidence? Look at this man over here on the right. He's just holding it in like, oh, why do I have this job? Look at him on the left, holding his towel. He looks so sad. And look at this goof in the middle. Are you kidding me? If Eberflus hasn't lost the locker room, it's hanging. You should have spelled hanging, not handing, by a thread, and it won't survive their gauntlet stretch of divisional games in the second half of the season. Oh boy, is it going to get interesting. My friends, let's go over a few more things here and look to the future. Caleb Williams, 217 yards. He threw for more yards than Kyler Murray, but was more accurate. But look at the run yards. Their guy runs 107, and our guy runs 51 yards. This is not DeAndre Swift. This is a play calling issue. We have terrible offensive play callers. Oh, this gets really bad. If you just look at the scoring summary, touchdown, field goal, touchdown, field goal, touchdown. I mean, look at this. Look at the total yards, rushing yards, 69 rushing yards. You see that right there? Rushing yards for the Arizona Cardinals, 213. There's your problem there, folks. There's your problem right there. Right there. You don't win football games running the ball like that unless you are just the most amazing quarterback that you've ever seen. Look at even there, total yards. They outplayed us. They outpassed us. I mean, in passing yards, yes, it's deceiving, these numbers. Yards per play, 3.4, them 6.1. The stats, the numbers don't lie, friends. So then let's go to the future. This is going to be rough. the Patriots. It's going to be a blowaway. If we win, it doesn't matter. It's a garbage win. This is like a garbage win. Like, they say garbage points. This win means nothing. This win against the Patriots. If we even do, it'll be, I hate to say it, but it'll be quite amusing if we lose on Sunday coming up. Now you get the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions. And then we have the Bears against 49ers at San Francisco. Well, guess what? Matt Eberflus has not won a road game on Sunday in his career as a Chicago Bear. He's 18-0 on Sunday on the road. Friends, this is bad. At 49ers, we're talking. How many losses are we really talking here? How many losses are we really talking? This is rough. Let me get back here to the Chicago Bears and their schedule. We got the Patriots. That's a blowaway. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You have loss through to the 49ers. And then you play, guess what? The Vikings, the Bears, the Lions, the Seahawks, and the Packers. We have probably entered, looking at the season right now, we are 4-4. We'll probably end the season 5-12. Does that make sense? 5-11? 5-12. After the Patriots, we will most likely lose every single solitary game for the rest of the season with these head coaches. With Matt Eberflus, if they fire the coach midseason, which they never do. Let's go over some notes. Players are showing they do not want to play for this head coach or this team. This is not good. This is where we're at. Caleb Williams is showing regression on this team. He looks terrible because who he's playing for. Remember that. It's who he is playing for. The Chicago Bears. That's why he's terrible. Justin Fields looked the same under this system. He looked terrible because he's playing for the Bears. He did not look the same under the Steelers. He's a game manager. He's no elite quarterback. I understand that. He holds the ball too long sometimes. He overthinks. He has issues. But I believe the Bears broke him. The Bears broke Justin Fields just like they're going to break this man right now. They're going to break him. Watch. Watch. Remember these words. 0 chances Fields is coming back next year. He's way over his head with his job. Defense gave up 2 touchdowns with less than 28 seconds. I mentioned this earlier. Our defense is regressing. Our defense is regressing. Does not look good anymore. This team is in Titanic. This is what it looks like when the ship is sinking fast. This season's over. So we can just look to if and when 2 things. When Flus will be fired, when Eberflus will be fired, and what kind of growth Caleb Williams can, if he doesn't get murdered by the terrible O-line that we have. If the coach, do you understand that the coach last Sunday night left that man in a losing, no win, no chance coming back? Left that man in the season instead of sitting him and putting in Tyson Bagent or a backup quarterback. And this man almost got hurt. He was down on the ground. His ankle. He had a minor injury because of this head coach. If I was the owner, I'd say, don't you ever do that again. Rough. Ryan Poles has a lot to answer for too, because this was his guy. This was his guy. Nah. And to talk about his 3 wins, he's 3-18 on the road. 3-18 on the road. 3 wins, 18 losses, and never won on Sunday. Do you know the quarterbacks that we beat? Bailey Zappi, Sam Howell, and Josh Dobbs. Okay. Who are they? James Conner from the Cardinals was an absolute beast. He ran it up our you-know-what. And someone said that if the Cardinals, James Conner, runs the ball for over 100 yards, They are winning the game with who they have. Can you imagine being in that situation where you have a great running back? You can sit back and say, as an Arizona Cardinal fan or a football fan, that if my running back runs 100 yards, we win. If the team stops our run, maybe we're in trouble. What can we say? Can we say that about anybody on this team? Based on, I mean, can we say if Andre Swift wins 100 yards, if we can even get 100 yards, if we can even get 50 yards in the game, oh, oh boy, they ran over us like a bulldozer. It was a game wrecker. He was a game wrecker, that man, James Conner. And this team, Chicago Bears, looks dead inside. They look dead. Pay attention. Pay attention to what they're saying in the media. Pay attention to how they look. If I was on this team, I'll get to a really nice analogy in a second. And get this, Cole Kmet, our star tight end, the guy that we re-signed for a huge contract, got 0 throws, 0 targets. Nobody, no one thought one time to throw the ball to that man, Cole Kmet. What's the matter? And our guy was looking for a trade. Herbert. We had a guy, I'm sorry, I'm saying the wrong guy. Our running back from last year, Khalil Herbert. He wants to get traded. And because this team had forgot about him. Like he has no skill. They just forgot about him altogether. It's really embarrassing. It's a disaster of a situation. Bears ran the football 70 yards. Arizona ran 213. That's not going to win you games. It's not going to win you games at all. Caleb should have been pulled late in the game. He should have been pulled. You know, football is a lot like the restaurant business. I've been part of teams with great leadership, and with the weak staff we had, we got the day done. The day was a success. We had servers that couldn't handle the job, and we survived because we had good leadership. Now, on the other hand, I've been on part of teams where we've had bad leadership and a lot of talent on the floor, talented servers and bartenders, veterans, and been a total disaster because, like the restaurant business and the football business, the fish stinks from the head down. It's all about leadership. If your team is suffering or your restaurant is suffering, look to the owners. Who's running the ship is why you win or fail. There's a synonymous football and restaurants. I can go days, the analogies of how a good bartender is the quarterback. Imagine a bartender that's making drink after drink that's terrible and drinks are coming back to him and he's going to have to remake them. What kind of bind does that put the entire restaurant in when you put someone who's inexperienced? In real estate, they say something. They say, if you think hiring a professional is expensive, try hiring an amateur. Matt Eberflus is an amateur head coach. Maybe in 10 years, he'll turn around and be the best coach you've ever seen. But right now, he's going through growing pains. This man needs to be replaced if we want to win. If you want to continue on this road, my friends, if we lose, I mean, the season's over. So forget about it. Our division is going to mop the floor with us like you've never seen before. This is going to be interesting to watch and watch it literally. You've seen the Titanic. You've seen the movie. You know how it ends because of history. History will tell you how the glacier was Commanders. They've hit the glacier. Now we're just watching the violins as this ship just goes down, 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 down. I'll tell you, this is what it is, friends. This is where we're at in 2024 Chicago Bears world. Again, it's like Groundhog Day. It's Groundhog Day because the people and the owners who own the Chicago Bears love the money they receive. They're happy with the cash cow. They are not interested in winning because if they were, they pay for the leadership to get it done or they fire these dollar store coaches that they hire. Friends, it's been a slice. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Monday. I got my vote on. We voted today. You know how we do. Got to do your civic duty. Get out there and vote. It's worth it. It matters. Your vote counts. God bless. Be good. Everybody have a great day.